Left of the box. An arrest has been made at a pro-Palestinian demonstration near Thornhill Synagogue. Reading that, you might think, so they arrested somebody unruly, some pro-Palestinian Hamas supporter that was unruly in the crowd, and that's, who knows? But they're near a synagogue. That's horrible. Agent NDN points out, you mean this Zionist using a nail gun to threaten protesters, calling for an end to genocide? Yes, that is the person who was arrested, was somebody wielding a nail gun, attacking Palestinians. Nobody was injured, thankfully, but he did shoot it a couple times. So Zionist terrorists, genociders like Anthony Housefather will be silent. So Zionist with nail gun attempts to shoot pro-Palestinian protesters.
Hold the cops! Hold the cops! That's it, you got it. Fucking coward. Off the road! Off the road!
But like I said, luckily nobody was injured in that. And that it was only a nail gun because Canada, United States, it might have actually been like something a little bit more disturbing. But here is an article from City News. Man, 27, charged after threatening pro-Palestinian demonstrators with a nail gun in Thornhill. So we do have news sources capable of making a headline that has context in it. A 27-year-old man is in custody following an altercation at a demonstration between pro-Israel and pro-Palestinian supporters in Thornhill on Sunday morning. Police in York Region say more than 100 people had gathered in the area of Clark Avenue West and South Promenade. Several witnesses told the police that the man had stopped his vehicle near pro-Palestinian demonstrators and began shouting obscenities at them. According to the police, he became confrontational with three of the protesters. One of the victims claimed the man discharged a nail gun that he was carrying. And so I believe he was saying death to Palestinians. That was some of the obscenities that he was shouting. A video that has been shared across social media shows a man holding a nail gun and threatening several others around him. Police said no injuries were reported. So the person has been charged with 2 counts of assault, possessing weapons, dangerous to the public, assault with a weapon, and mischief. Samira is saying 24 hours now since the heinous crime in Vaughan, no condemnation statement from any Canadian officials, including from the mayors of Vaughan. The reason why this is so it's grating for so many reasons, but not too long ago, I covered another story right after Israel decided to bomb the Rafah refugee camp in Gaza. There was a massive protest in Toronto that went from the Israeli consulate to the American consulate, I believe. On the path was Mount Sinai Hospital, a hospital with a Jewish name that was Jewish founded, but is a hospital here in Canada. And people were passing by it. And there is one person dressed up as a Spider-Man. He shows up to a lot of these kind of protests and rallies, and he climbs pretty much anything he can because he's dressed up like Spider-Man. That's kind of what they do. And that included some scaffolding at Mount Sinai Hospital. The outrage from politicians, the accusations, the flat out lies based on this protest. They were walking by the hospital, but many of them said that they were infiltrating the hospital and harassing Jewish doctors and patients, which never happened. Saying that they targeted that hospital, which wasn't the case. That somebody had the audacity to climb on the scaffolding, who also happened to be dressed up as Spider-Man and was climbing up several things along the route. But just the sheer indignation, the outrage that politicians showed. And yet, here is a Zionist with a nail gun shouting Palestinians should die, shooting the nail gun at them, and they say nothing. Those same people that were so outraged at the Palestinian Spider-Man have said nothing about this. I wonder why that is. And as far as I know, the tweets from all those leaders are still up. You can go back to my video and check and see if Justin Trudeau, Jagmeet Singh, Mayor Olivia Chow, if they still have up their comments of just the sheer outrage that protesters targeted this hospital and that somebody was climbing up on stuff. But here we have somebody actively attacking pro-Palestinian protesters. None of those same politicians are calling it out, saying that this shouldn't happen. One politician has. From Matthew Green, I am appalled by the hateful and violent actions of this extremist in Thornhill. Peaceful protest is a right that must be protected. The use of political violence and growing anti-Palestinian racism to intimidate and target demonstrators is a grave injustice. That wasn't so difficult to put together. I'm not entirely sure why, Jagmeet Singh hasn't said anything, or Justin Trudeau, because they were sure vocal about the other one. He is one official. I haven't seen any other officials, government officials, say anything about this protest. So Matthew Green was quote tweeting, "This was fast becoming clear is that the constant rush to misrepresent pro-Palestinian protests as threatening is both wrong and dangerous, as are attempts to obscure the facts around why peaceful protests are happening. This is creating more division that are leading to violence and have even resulted in various instances of death threats against demonstrators. Will there be any condemnation of this latest hate crime involving a man making threats against pro-Palestinian protesters with a nail gun? Double standards are not only unjustifiable, they are undermining social cohesion and inclusion." Matthew Green has actually spoken up. That's good, at least. Still waiting. Justin, Jagmeet, so vocal about the other one. Haven't said anything about this. Doug Ford, are you going to say anything? No, they all unite behind calling out pro-Palestinian protesters for perceived slights, but, Zionist, threatening people with an actual weapon, get silence.